Are you ready to sell your home? Let's dive into 10 game-changing tips that will make your home irresistible to buyers. These tips aren't just fluff. They are tried and true strategies to make buyers fall in love with your home. Stick around until the very end for the bonus tip because it's going to be a game changer. Let's dive in. First up is surveillance cameras. They're not just for catching thieves. They're also your silent guardians during the home selling process. Whether your home is vacant or occupied, surveillance is going to give you peace of mind and deter any unwelcome behavior. For example, your exterior cameras, place them at key entry points, like your front door, your garage, and your back door. This will allow you to keep your eye on things like deliveries, solicitors, and even those nuisance animals. Interior cameras are especially useful, especially if your house is vacant. It will help you monitor for things like leaks, pests or critters that got into your home, and even tell you if you've left the light on. Signage that you have a camera is important, especially when you're selling. In Florida, if the seller has a camera that does audio recording, all parties must consent to the recording. So when you are selling your home, it is recommended that you turn off your audio recordings inside the home. Pro tip for you, a basic camera like a Ring doorbell can do wonders. It's affordable, it's easy to install, and many buyers see it as a value add to the home. Next, you are gonna want a killer feature sheet. Let's face it, buyers are not going to remember every feature of the home after the showing. A well-made feature sheet is going to solve this problem. It's your chance to showcase what makes your home unique. Here are some things you're going to want to include. If you've done any upgrades, make sure they're on your feature sheet. Don't be vague about them. So say something like new roof in 2024, plumbing updated in 2022, whole house repainted. Make sure you're going to include these items on your feature sheet. Any upgrades that you've done, and be specific. If you've got a new roof, list the year that you've done the new roof. If you've got a new water heater, list the year that you did that as well. If you've upgraded the windows, put new flooring in, make sure you list those items and the year that they were done. It would also be important to put on there if that item needed to be permitted, that you did get the permit. Be sure to include distinguishing features, things like solar panels, tankless hot water heater, or a stunning backyard with an outdoor kitchen. You're going to want to keep your wording neutral. Instead of saying something like charming neighborhood, use words that are specific like cul-de-sac, no through traffic. So for example, let's say that you have hardwood floors in your house. Instead of writing beautiful hardwood floors, do this instead. Oak hardwood floors installed in 2023, recently refinished for durability. Be sure to print multiple copies and leave them in an obvious spot, like the front doorway or the kitchen island, so buyers will remember to grab them. Next up, we have smells that sell. Scents are powerful, and they can backfire if not used properly. The goal is to create a neutral, clean smelling environment without overwhelming the potential buyers. You want to use subtle scents, like vanilla, mountain spring, or clean linen. Don't overdo it with candles or heavy scents. We don't want it to smell like a bakery or a florist. Many buyers are sensitive to smells and they're going to wonder if you're trying to hide something. Just a quick spray of Febreze or something neutral right before a showing can do wonders. Listen, I had a client who wanted to bake cookies or apple pie before every showing, and honestly, it's just obvious. Instead, we had her go to a simple vanilla candle. It created a warm vibe without screaming, "I am trying to sell my house," which is not what you want. Look, keep it simple. A light, neutral smell beats an overpowering one every time. Next, bright lights can bring big offers. Lighting can completely transform how your house shows and feels. A dark house is going to be cold, small, and uninviting. A bright house is going to make it feel very open and welcoming. For the showing, I recommend that you turn on every light. And I do mean every light. The overhead lights, the regular room lights, the bedside lights, the lights in the pantry, the lights in the closet, anywhere that there is a light switch and a light, turn on the light. Next, I want you to replace all of your burnt out light bulbs, and I want you to replace them so that they are consistent. They're either going to be bright white or they're going to be warm yellow. They're not going to be a mix of the two. A lot of times buyers will come into a home and they will feel like something's just not right. And what it is that you've got mixed light bulbs in there. They won't exactly know what it is, but they'll know that something feels off. So I prefer bright, white light bulbs. I have never had a buyer say to me, this house is too bright, I can't be here. They've always said, this house is so dark, and they could not figure out how they were going to get it brighter. Now, if you have a house that's like a Tuscany vibe or an old world, maybe you are going to lean towards the more yellow, warm lights. Now we're going to focus on declutter and flow. When buyers step into your home, they want to picture themselves living in your house. And it is hard to do that when it is packed to the brim with your furniture and your personal items. Now, I recommend that you get rid of your large, unused pieces of furniture. I'd say 30 to 40% if you can move those big pieces out that you're not using. It can really open up the space and also help with the flow of them going through your home. For example, if you've got a dining room table that seats 8 people, pull 2 chairs out there. 6 is going to make it look like there's a lot of extra room. Next, pack up your personal items. Family photos, things that are very, very personal in nature, those should go ahead and get packed away because you're moving anyway. Let them go in the box. We want them to focus on your house, not on your photos. Where are you going to put all this stuff? If you've got a garage or an attic, that is a great place. If you're going to put it in the garage, make sure that there's access all around the boxes so that during an inspection, they can get access to what they need to. Now we're into the bathrooms. And I will tell you, the devil is in the detail when it comes to bathrooms. Buyers may not say it, but they notice all the details, from the height of the toilet to the type of lid to the tile in the shower. They even comment where the towel bar is and the toilet paper dispenser. So before showing, make sure your toilet lids are always down. Always. Toilet paper, I know it's crazy. Make sure it's coming over, not under. If you've got rugs in the bathroom, go ahead and pull those out. The buyers are not looking to keep your rugs when they buy. They're going to want to see what the flooring is. Next, they're going to look behind the shower curtain. They're not looking to see what you have back there. What they're really looking for is, what is the condition of the tile? Is it moldy, and do you have cracked grout, or does it look very, very clean? So what we don't want them to get hit with is 14 shampoo bottles and some half-used soap. So anything you don't absolutely need to use, go ahead and pull that out. And if it's at all possible, just remove it entirely for the showing, and then afterwards just put it back. And for this last one, I do beg you, please remove the squatty potty. Buyers do not want to put a visual of what it is you're doing in the bathroom. Trust me on this one. Now we're moving to paint and touch-ups. The number one question I always get is the biggest impact for the lowest amount of money, and I will tell you, that is going to be painting your home. It is going to increase its value and its appeal. Every buyer loves the smell of fresh paint in a home. Now, that doesn't mean that you can go wild with your colors. You're going to want to stick to neutral colors, things in the white family. We're really not going to want to go gray because that's kind of dated now. The whites and the off-whites are going to make the space feel bigger. And don't forget to do the trim, the baseboards, and the doors while you're at it. In my personal home, I had a lime green laundry room. I loved it. Of course, buyers do not. We painted it in off-white, and it made a world of difference. Now, let's not forget safety. Safety features aren't just nice to have. In many areas, it's actually required. Smoke detectors. Make sure that you replace the batteries, because buyers, when they're coming through, get turned off if they keep hearing that chirping sound from the smoke detectors that you haven't replaced it. And we don't want them running out the door to escape that sound. Next are the GFIs. Many homes did not require GFIs when they were built in the bathrooms and the kitchens, but they do now. And while your home have met conditions when it was built, buyers today are going to be asking for it. So before it becomes an issue on the inspection report, go ahead and replace the outlets in the bathrooms and the kitchens with GFIs. You're not going to want to forget to secure your valuables. Showings are going to bring strangers into your home. And most buyers, they're 100% honest, but it's still better to be cautious. When buyers go into your home, into the bathroom, believe me, they are going to open up all the cabinets and all the drawers to see how they function. So make sure you take your medicines and you remove them from your drawers and your medicine cabinets, and you've got them stored in a safe place. As for your jewelry and your watches, many of us like to keep them on our dressers, but pull those inside of the dressers, or better yet, put them in a safe. Once I was at an open house and I was alarmed to see that in the primary bedroom, the seller had a display of beautiful watches right there on the dresser. And I wasn't surprised to hear later that during the open house, that those watches went missing. So make sure you don't invite temptation. Take all of those items, put them in a safe place, and make sure that they're secure. Next, you're gonna want a Rockstar Realtor. The Realtor can make or break your home selling experience. A good agent is gonna do more than just list your house. They are going to strategize, negotiate, and help you avoid pitfalls. What you're gonna wanna look for in a Rockstar Realtor, number one, they have local knowledge. They know the market in and out, and not just the market, they know your community and your price point better than anybody else. You also want to make sure that they have proactive communication, that they are going to communicate with you in the style that you prefer at the times that are important to you. And they're going to keep you up to date every week on what is happening. Also, we want to make sure that they have market knowledge. They understand the market trends, the time, the seasons, and the local agents that you're going to be working with. I once had a client who was working with a discount agent who skimmed on the photography and didn't understand the local market. After switching to me, we were able to sell the house in 2 weeks because I was able to show them the local market trends, how to stage their house for what buyers wanted, and get exposure to several social media channels. What do you think so far? Did any of these tips surprise you? Drop a comment below. I would love to hear what your tips are for when you sold your house. Oh, that bonus tip, curb appeal. The first thing the buyers see when they pull up to your home is the curb appeal. You want to keep your lawn mowed, your bushes trimmed, the windows are clean, and the mulch is fresh. A tidy front porch with a simple wreath can make a world of difference. Selling your home doesn't have to be stressful. With these 11 tips, you are setting yourself up for success. Check out my next video on what you need to know selling your home for even more insider tips. Also, I would love to get your support getting to 1,000 subscribers. Why? So that this video can reach more sellers just like you. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.